Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Milwaukee from the home court of the Bucks. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, with David Aldridge roaming the sideline. It's a one-game reprieve at home for the Bucks, here with their Milwaukee fans, and then back on the road. A shot by Antetokounmpo, nobody around, bangs home the trifecta. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Good on the three-point shot.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Pass to Edey. And the three off target. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Doc Rivers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Now, Desmond Bane was the topic, and Coach was effusive with his praise. He said Bane is a great catch-and-shoot guy, but he'll find ways to contribute no matter what. He also said Bane is hard to game plan for, but they'll do their best not to let him get in rhythm. And they will have their hands full tonight, guys.
All right, David, thanks. Morant, that's for two. Rebound, Milwaukee.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And, Richard, when it comes to Jaren Jackson, there's a lot to appreciate. My goodness.
Oh, I love that he can guard 1 through 5. Really a modern defensive NBA big man. He can go back to the basket or he can face up. He doesn't need the ball to make a huge impact.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Now, here's Bane. To the inside. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo.
And he was camped in just the right spot to swipe that pass away down low. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Grant on the wing, Bane. He gets that one.
Quick thinking from Bane there. I like watching him rise up like this off the pass.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Can't connect from short range.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
And then Morant slams it in.
Ooh, as usual, Morant bringing down the house.
And Desmond Bane pulls it down. Memphis with the ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. 1:58 left here in the opening quarter. Shot clock at 6. Outside for Jackson. It's the three-point bomb.
A big man who does it all. That is Jaren Jackson Jr. looking confident at the arc.
Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Kicks it out to Lillard. Screen by Giannis. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Giannis has got 5 points so far.
And this is where you feed Giannis. The closer he is, the more dangerous he becomes.
It's Morant with the drive. Here's Edey. And the whistle blows. And it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Well, he thought he could slip by there and grab the board, but got too much body and gets called for going over the back.
And this is why we say block out. It is a fundamental thing that is often overlooked and hurts you every time.
And the dunk by Wells.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Now here's Jackson. Nothing on the board. Pass to Bridges. Kicks it out to Lillard. Releases. Down low. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Clearly a foul.
The Bucks shooting their first free throws of the game. The first one falls. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. And here are the Grizzlies now. 9-point game. Pass to Edey. Over on Antetokounmpo. And that one comes up a bit short. And so it's Memphis. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And thanks to their out. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. And we know Kuzma's always been a terrific scorer. But, Greg, he's developed as a passer over time.
And, Kevin, early in his career, Kuzma wasn't called on to be a leader. But he's grown into that role, and he puts effort into orchestrating for his teammates.
To the paint. Here's Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
And with his size and athletic ability, playing above the rim, not an issue for Kuzma.
Pass to Edey. Latrey. Milwaukee with the rebound.
And after connecting twice from deep in the first quarter, he hasn't been able to drain another here in the second.
To the middle. Here's Iguodala. Good, and a nice assist from Porter.
And how about Porter Jr.'s court awareness? Excellent job finding the open man with the pass.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Grizzlies. Nothing offensively yet from them in the second quarter. Here's Stevens. Drills it from outside. And the Grizzlies lead by 6.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
To the left wing. And a wide open look for Portis. His three-pointers off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
For Milwaukee, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
For 3, Portis sinks the three-pointer. Portis has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Guy's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Iguodala
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Portis the screen. Bagley from outside. The rebound by the Bucks.
Yeah, that's a shame because I'm not sure the defense will let him get a shot that good again very soon.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
Yeah, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Some changes for Memphis. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Here's the screen. Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
I don't know, but it seems like Morant's got springs or something in his shoes.
R.J. Morant has always had unquestionable talent. Now it's a question of can he focus on his game?
And you hope he had his wake-up call. Still one of the most exciting players in the game. His burst and bounce, one of a kind.
Jackson with the screen. It's Morant with the drive. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Inside. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. $35 left now here in the second. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. To the paint. They swipe it. On the wing, Bane. Down low. It's blocked. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. They get it back. Kicks it out to Lillard. And that one released in time, but no good. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. It's the Grizzlies. They lead by 5. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Pass to Edey. Fires the 3. Good. And the nice assist from Morant. Edey's got 9 points.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Now here's Giannis. To the right side. Lillard from outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got his second bucket of the night.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Some nice passing there by Memphis. Pass to Wells. Down to 5 on the shot clock. This one for 3. He can't hit.
He's been off. Still, they're up, so not all is lost.
And Lillard gets it to go.
A downright lethal three-point threat. Lillard is someone defenders must stay attached to if they want to have any impact.
Morant surveying the D. Here's Edey. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Here's Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing.
And usually that's a bucket for him. But look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Morant with a wide open look. And again, Memphis no good.
Rough start to the second half of them. Only getting 1 of the past 4 shots to fall.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
And as tired as they might be after fighting to tie it up, they have all the momentum now to finish this comeback.
A 3-ball. Edey gets the bucket. Edey's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Grizzlies. Out to Bridges. Pass to Giannis. Here's Lillard. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Lillard misses.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Left side, Bane. Back to Morant. And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Back to Bane. There's Jackson with the 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
What separates Jaren from other bigs is he's got great confidence in his shot.
Even dating back to his high school days, Desmond Bane was overlooked as a prospect.
Yeah, he wasn't even ranked by any major recruiting services. That just lets you know that the scouts don't always get it right. Then he fell to the 30th pick in the 2020 draft. He's made a lot of teams regret passing on him.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother, Powell, play for the Grizz. Marc said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you. Here's Antetokounmpo. 6 on the shot clock. 3-pointer, Lillard. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Bucks trailed by 3. Here's Antetokounmpo. Giannis says, get off me!
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Here's Edey. He's got 12. Back to Morant. Here's Wells. The Grizzlies with another miss. Here we go, one-on-one. 3-pointer, Lillard. And that one is off.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Here's Morant. Off the left rim and out. So it's the Bucks now. They trail by 1. We've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And stolen by Richardson. Pass to Bridges for the lead. Kick out to Giannis. Lillard scanning the floor. Goes back up. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Edey. Got it off in time. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Grizzlies lead by 1. And after it. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Here's Antetokounmpo to take the lead, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. And that's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
Payne for 3. Drills the 3-pointer. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the 3-point shot.
Antetokounmpo. Down low, inside. Giannis drops it in.
Contact just doesn't matter against Giannis. Once he's inside, he is not to be stopped.
Pass to Bane. Now here's Morant. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Richardson with it. Now defended by Bane. Lillard outside. Giannis right side. And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it. A three-pointer is right on target. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And also, guys, they've pushed the ball and been able to score in transition, trying to take advantage of playing in the open floor as often as possible.
He hits the second from the line.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Pass to Edey. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And that's only his first turnover of the game. And considering how far we are into the game, you can live with that.
Lillard outside. And here's Jackson. From deep three-point territory. Lillard misses.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
Here's Giannis. That's tipped. And it's Memphis on the break. Now, here's Morant for 3. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And, guys, you'd have to say this run really triggered by their transition offense.
Kumbo inside. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Well, I don't know what Coach said to him at half, but his shooting has been tremendous here in the second.
On the free throw, no good.
And what I love about Giannis, yeah, he's a superstar, an MVP, a champion. But best of all, Giannis is an incredible ambassador for the game.
And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Over to the left wing. Edey can't hit.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage. Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Outside Jackson. Back to Morant. Pass to Jackson. Takes the 3. And Ja Morant gets the 3. Morant's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Get this man the ball, and he will make something happen. Morant rises to the occasion. Man.
.137 left in the fourth quarter. Memphis moving it around. And stolen by Lillard. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And that's like taking candy from a baby. When Lillard gets his hands on the ball with open court in front of him, he's going all the way.
Jackson has the open look. Oh, good on the 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
It's Richardson on the wing. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, my goodness, the slam.
There is no question Antetokounmpo is a star in this league. This team trusts him to make the big shot.
Pass to Edey. There's the triple. Gets the 3 to fall.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Lillard left side. Here's Antetokounmpo. Foul call. Looked like that he didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. That one's on Morant. And no good is the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And the Grizzlies making a change here. And he ends up missing both free throws. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Lillard.
Can't afford any wasted possessions
down the stretch.
Pretty much, they have to be perfect the rest of the way. That puts tremendous pressure on your offense. Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
On the wing, Jackson. Pippen feeling it out a bit. There's the pick. The kick out to Bane. Oh, couldn't sink the shot, and we're going to overtime. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are hit. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Pippen with it. Wells in the corner. Pass to Edey. Here's Wells. Guarded by Jackson. To the inside. Just 5 on the clock. Edey can't hit. Lillard outside. Offensive rebound, Bucks. Now, Giannis. They now take the lead. Giannis has got the first basket here in overtime for Milwaukee.
Every aspect of Giannis's game showing tonight. Just unreal.
Pass to Edey. They set the pick. Bane inside the three-point line. The rebound by the Bucks. On the wing, Giannis. Back to Lillard. And there's a whistle. That goes on Zach Edey. That'll be his second foul of the game. Lillard outside. Stolen by Pippen.
Good instincts to read the path and get in a position to pick it off. There was a time you could get yelled at for taking a three like that, but now it's a great decision and it paid off.
And it's Antetokounmpo, top of the key. A little over a minute and a half gone now here in overtime. Count it, good. Giannis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And you know, he knows he's the leader of this team. Giannis embracing the opportunity to come through with big baskets.
Bane with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. 5 to shoot. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
I like the intention, the focus, finding a way to make it work inside.
Lillard outside. Connects from three-point range.
And one of the most prolific three-point marksmen in league history. Logo Lillard has unlimited range.
Out to the wing. Pass to Jackson. Memphis moving it around. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Milwaukee. The lead is 2.
And overtime has come down to this. They need at least 2 points or you can kiss this baby goodnight.
7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Now here's Bane. By Lillard. Jackson with the screen. Back to Pippen. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. No good from three-point territory. And an intentional foul right there.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. They escape with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
And that'll do it, folks.